I've been very fortunate, but I was out there seeking that type of guy out because I was like everybody else. I was just struggling along to try to nail a shoe to a horse's foot. I started in this when I was 17 years old. So what do you know when you're 17? Not much. And then after about 2 years of working for guys that were in cutting horse, they shot a lot of cutting horses, quarter horses. And I knew that wasn't really me because I grew up in that. My father rode cutting horses. This was around the Dallas area in Texas. So I wanted to get away from that. So the next move for me was I was seeking out guys shoeing saddlebreds, walking horses, Morgans, Hackney show ponies. And so I done that for a number of years. And through those guys, because they were so much superior to anything I'd ever been around with the forge work and the motion and all the gait analysis and watching horses work, all that sort of thing. And you're just tagging along behind these guys. Jack Miller was a big influence in my life. Gunnar Gaske from out in the West Coast. I went out there, spent time with him. And then the last guy that actually, well, two other guys, Jim Lindsay, more in the walking horse saddlebreds, and then Seamus Brady. I'd always worked in the Southwest and throughout the West, and then the first time I came to the Florida Winter Equestrian Festival, met Seamus Brady, and then the whole East Coast thing, and the jumpers is like I'd never seen before at that level. Being around international people from all over the world, and that was like so fascinating to me. And then the work involved and the traveling around the world and being in contact with the people that were working with those horses. So much higher level of knowledge and skill. So that all fascinated me. I went back home to Texas, give my business to a few other guys, and I moved to the East Coast. And I spent 2 years with Seamus Brady, which was a great amount of knowledge. He had the knowledge, the experience, and at that time he had been the team farrier for a lot of years. And he taught me a lot about shoeing show jumpers. Taught me just a lot about shoeing show jumpers, but he taught me a lot about life too, because I was still very young. And probably in result, he might have been the most influential person on me to get me to the level that I finally did achieve myself. The East Coast show jumping and going to Europe and the European competition, that was even higher level than the American competition. And so you're always learning and you're seeing new techniques, new ways of doing things, meeting new people, because they had a lot of different ways of doing things that I hadn't been exposed to at that time. So the more you are around and exposed to the different grooms, trainers, the environment, you're just sucking up a more well-rounded knowledge.